Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing a double 8.5 by 11 layout as my final layout for Spiegelmom Scraps and her design team as she is closing the sequin shop. All the sequins in the shop are currently 40% off. Today's sequins are Snow Slide and Vintage Village. I believe only Snow Slide is still available in the shop. Vintage Village is sold out. And this is a brand new collection from Simple Stories called Santa's Village. I'm going to use it to scrapbook these photos of my son for his very first Christmas when he was 10 months old. And these photos are from 1998. And he had so much fun just crawling around in the wrapping paper and playing with the wrapping paper. And then he actually fell asleep. Um, so I wanted to go ahead and document those. I hadn't documented these photos as of yet because they're very busy in the background, and I just wasn't sure how I was going to create a layout for them. But I decided to go with circles, and I'm going to create a large shaker pocket and use almost every single paper that I show you. Um, I have very little left. I'll actually show at the end what I have left. And I was actually really surprised that I had very little left. I will have to order a few more papers because I have quite a few ephemera pieces left. So I probably will order some more papers because this collection is really cute. I'm going to use this giant snow globe, but of course I'm going to size it down for 8.5 by 11. And then the back of the paper says ho ho ho. And then this green paper here is just beautiful. I don't use very many of the trees. I do use a strip of them, but they end up getting covered up pretty much. And then this paper here is my main background of the layout. And this one here, I'm going to cut two of the cards, the Santa one down at the bottom and the Oh What Fun, and use those on the layout. I believe I have six-ish of the cards left, so that's probably the majority of the paper that I have left. As you can see, I've already cut a little triangle out of there. That was for a die so that I could cut out a Christmas tree. But first, I'm going to piece my background together. As usual, I do this quite often. Since I scrapbook 8.5 by 11, piecing it back together is fairly simple. Um, but it gives me a little bit more leeway with the papers. So I'm working on a mat that is 17 by 11, which is the exact size of a double 8.5 by 11 layout. And I'm able to figure out exactly where I want the papers to go and then piece or glue them down. And then I'll just cut it right down the middle and have two sheets. So uh, now, what I went to go do, I must have forgot to ink something because I see me playing with the ink over there. I always forget to ink at least one of the papers that I go to put down. Never fails. But I like to ink all the edges since I like to use so many pattern papers. It really helps separate the pattern papers and it makes them pop off the layout. So you can see that little tree paper I used over there. And then the plaid, that was to separate the two plaids. And then the ho 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 paper and the green is obviously the opposite side of the tree paper. And then I'm also going to use the green paper to mat all my photos. So that's where the green paper disappears to. So here's the little globe. This is going to be my large shaker element that's going to go on the layout. But first I'm going to piece together a little scene inside of the globe. And I kind of want it to go with the Santa theme. I believe in the beginning I showed a snowman, but I end up not putting the snowman in the middle. I was showing you there that I have the Christmas tree die cut out. That was from my stash. I believe I'll show that metal die in a moment. It's over to the right hand side with the letters, but it's just a metal die that has three different trees, and one of them looks like a Christmas tree. It even has the star at the top of it. And what I did is I die cutted it out And then I used white acrylic paint to go around the edge of it to make it pop. And then I cut the little light bulbs from that ephemera piece that was like a string of light bulbs. And I also inked up all of those light bulbs with white acrylic paint. And then I placed them down on the Christmas tree. And now I'm going to place some sequins on the Christmas tree also. And again, these are the, I don't know what those ones were. I think those ones were actually gold ones. I think those were genuine. Let me check. Hold on. Yes, the gold ones I pulled from the genuine mix, and then I'm going to take all the white ones, different size white ones from this pack here, which is Vintage Village. And then also, I believe I took a few from the Snow Slide too, the bigger ones that are white. And then I'm just putting the little Christmas presents behind here and the little reindeer. And the Christmas presents were from the ephemera pack. Two of them I do fussy cut from the paper. And that was just to give a little bit more color and also to stack the presents up a little bit higher. Only five, I believe, of the little presents came in the ephemera pack. And then the other two I cut out. Yeah, see, there's the dies. And I went ahead and cut these letters with those little metal dies there. Those are from Tim Holtz. And I'm going to put Christmas morning down here at the bottom in red in the snow. And I should have placed it a little bit higher because it is going to kind of get hard to read it once it's in the globe. But I think you get the idea that it says Christmas morning. And then I'm going to place the year up here at the top above the reindeer. And I'm just going to, like I said, it was 1998. And I think I'm going to start putting my globe together. Maybe not. I cut this piece from the paper, and that's just the bottom part of the globe. And at first, I was going to go ahead and use it, but because it is green, not black, it's the darker, like green color. But I decided not to go with it because you can tell where I cut the bow from it. And I didn't really like the way that it looked. So I decided just to keep the black cardstock that I was going to put behind it as the base of the globe. And I think it looks okay. In the end, it's fine. And I do end up adding the red bow. I'm going to trim it down. As of right now, I thought it was too large. Plus, I had the words Christmas morning down at the bottom. But I will change my mind and decide to add it in the end. But here's a little postcard that I cut that says Santa and then North Pole. And then that little chipboard stamp says Ho 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 on it. And that is from Vicky Booten. And I decided just to add it up there since the stamp had, or the postcard had a stamp on it, but it was Santa's head. And since I'm going to put Santa's head on the layout, I didn't want to have him on the stamp also. So I just chose, plus I wanted a little bit more red over there. So the ho 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 was perfect. I thought I was going to use the other stamp over here, but I end up not doing that either. I'm still playing with the Santa where I'm going to put him, but then I realized that I still have two more pictures that I need to cut into a circle, which I will show here in just a minute. They're the two of him sleeping, and I wanted them to be together since they're kind of off center. One of them is almost not even in frame, and then the other one is just off. So I wanted to just put them together and then cut them out into a circle. So you can see I just put the template on top of them. I knew where I wanted to cut them, and I went ahead and cut them. And then I placed them down at the bottom, and I did cut part of the circle off at the bottom because I need a little bit more room. And then I'm going to lay this one here in the middle. And the one photo where he has the wrapping paper in his mouth, I decided to go ahead and mat it in red. And that was just to make it pop a little bit more than the other photos. And the other ones, you can see he's just playing with the wrapping paper. And like I said, he was 10 months old, so he had no clue that, what presents really were. He was more interested, like I said, in the boxes, in the wrapping paper. I could have just saved some money and gave him wrapping paper and boxes because he really had no interest in any of the toys until, of course, after we took all the wrapping paper and threw it away. But before that, he was very interested in all the trash that was on the floor. And here I'm just putting some of the snowflakes all around the layout on the outside. And also I'm gluing them in the back part of the shaker. As usual, I like sequins to be in my shaker attached to the background. So when it's in the album, all the sequins will be down at the bottom, but they'll still be in the shaker in the background. So I was just trying to dry the glue. That's why you saw me shake it. Of course, it's sped up, so it looked like I just shook it for no reason, but that was what I was doing. And then I'm going to put the little lid right on top of it, and pretty much there it is. I'm going to add this one more photo up here at the top, and that's pretty much going to be it, I believe. Down at the bottom where he's sleeping, I added a few more letters that say "That's a wrap," and I thought that was just kind of cute. And there's other layouts with actual journaling from Christmas, so I just thought this was cute to include for his Christmas morning. And I just want to thank Jody for allowing me to be on her design team. For the last year, I've been on her team, and I absolutely love her sequins. I will still be using her sequins, even in the future, until I run out, because I absolutely love her mixes, and I have thoroughly enjoyed being on her team and designing for her and showing people what they can do with sequins, because I think it's such a cute little item that you can add onto almost any layout and just add a little bit of sparkle. And sorry, my mic cut out. But anyways, I just wanted to thank Jody, and like I said, I will continue to be using her sequin mix because I have plenty left. But not much left of this collection. That's it. I showed you the few scraps I have left, mainly the cards, and then a couple other scraps that I probably can make a layout with, but I am going to probably order a couple more sheets of paper. But here's the layout. I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout, and I hope you guys have been over to Jody's shop and picked up some sequins for your stash. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!